So my name's David Gillett, I'm Head of Sixth Form at Nottingham High School.
And I'm Becky Willis and I'm Head of Careers and UCAS.
So the key feature of our Sixth Form is that we're an incredibly student-focused organisation. We map everything around what the student needs. We have a really brilliant tutor system that looks after every single student as an individual, making sure we look after their individual needs, both academically, outside of the classroom and pastorally too.
So all students in the Sixth Form are very welcome to come and see me in the Careers Office because we offer a bespoke careers advice service. There's also a fantastic team of tutors who are very experienced and very well able to give advice, especially about university applications. We're also using a really good new website called Unifrog, which is really helpful to look into different types of careers, including apprenticeship routes as well, and gives loads of advice about applying for university.
So there's a really strong atmosphere of aspiration. All of our students want to do well academically. Lots of parents of students who join us at the start of Year 12 don't quite know what we do or how we do it, but their students come home wanting to do more homework, they're more aspirational with their university choices. The students drive each other on in a really positive way. They want to match what each other's doing, not in a competitive way, but in a way that they all want to succeed. We work really hard to foster that environment. We work really hard to support the students if their work's not going as well. One of the most fantastic things is how we stretch the most able students as well. We help them with their Oxbridge applications. We're experts at helping with medicine, dentistry, and veterinary science, and really all elite universities now. The relationships between tutor, students and teachers is also really important too. We stressed in early assemblies how important mutual respect is. Our class sizes are really small. The biggest class will allow us 16, but more often than not, the class will be between 8 and 12. The teacher gets to know the students as individuals. They understand their individual needs, meaning that we can get the best results from the students on the way.
And I've just recently started at the school and I've been really struck by how friendly and down to earth everyone is. So the staff and the students, it's a really lovely, welcoming place to be.
Oh, that's a really good question. What makes Nottingham High School different to other schools? And it's that warm but academic environment. It's the fact that we look after everybody really carefully as individuals, but also want them to get the best possible results for them. We want them to make the best next step for them as well. We don't just, what also makes us stand out is the amount that's going on outside the classroom. People forget in our academic results are excellent year on year in every single one of our A-level subjects. We also excel at things like the Young Enterprise. There are lots of academic stretch and challenge competitions happening outside school that really help the students to find what they're interested in academically. There's lots of sport happenings every Wednesday afternoon. The students take part in a huge range of activities. We have the main sports: rugby, hockey, netball, athletics. We also have football, tennis, cross country, archery, table tennis, badminton, water polo. It's never ending really. So that's not to mention what we do in music as well. There's a never-ending list of musical groups. The music department is really experienced. We have 3 major concerts a year. There's just huge amounts going on all the time.
Mm-hmm. And I've been really amazed by how humble all the students are, and yet I know from having looked through their UCAS applications that we've got a huge number of prize winners, national champions, regional champions. It's really impressive how in this school the children are so down to earth and yet so high achieving.
The most important part of our Sixth Form, I think, is that relationship between students and their teachers. I think that warm environment's really important. The way the tutor will get to know the student is vital to their success. We believe quite firmly in that student, parent, tutor triangle. The students see their tutor every single day. the tutor will know the student's academic needs, their co-curricular interests, their pastoral needs, and they'll be behind them every single step of the way. So the tutor is really the advocate for that student in school. They'll always be on their side and always there for them. We have a team of senior tutors that manage the tutors too. They're there as another extra layer of pastoral and academic care. And then I'm almost on top of that pyramid looking after everybody too. We have a brand new Wellbeing Centre as well. The students are always welcome to use. We run things like yoga, there are different mindfulness clubs. We have a brilliant school mental health lead, Roanna Coles. We also employ a team of counsellors that the students can see if they would like to. So I think that the pastoral care is really outstanding, and that also means we get the very best from every individual student on the way.
It's really fun just walking around the sixth form centre. You can hear that the tutors and the teachers have a really great relationship with all the students. You'll often hear them laughing and joking with each other, and it's a really fun and welcoming place to be.
So all of our A-level teachers are specialist teachers. They're all experts in their own subjects. Lots of them are used to preparing students for Oxford applications too. The one thing I'd say about our teachers is they all love their subjects as well. They're all enormously enthusiastic about what they teach. If people come in for taster days in year 11, they always remark on how fun the lessons are, how much the teachers seem to enjoy what they're doing. The teachers also have really high standards academically, so they expect students to be giving of their best all the time. They expect the students to be getting the best results they possibly can. But also really understanding on that academic journey. Our support structure is really well established and really reliable, and it's something I think I'm most proud of with the school. Every student is part of a tutor group. They'll meet their tutor every single day, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. In that tutor group, there will be between 8 and 12 students, so some from year 11, some from year 12, some from year 13. The tutor is the main source of support, but I think I've been a tutor, this is my 8th year as a tutor. The students also support each other all the time as well. So you'll find the year 12s and 13s giving the year 11s some really carefully thought out advice. The year 13s will also point out to the year 12s exactly what they need to be doing when, supporting each other with UCAS, subject choices, games options. And actually it's just a really nice, stable way to start every day. Everybody gets on with each other, everybody helps each other out. Beyond tutor set, I have a really experienced team of senior tutors who work with me. They're experts in helping the sixth form in year 11 again. I love working with them, and I think the thing I love most about my team is how much they enjoy coming to work and how much they enjoy working with the sixth form, and I think the sixth form here really appreciate that one as well. We have a school nurse who's on site all the time. She's brilliant for any sort of minor illnesses, injuries, but is also a fantastic person just to come and chat to in the Wellbeing Centre. Roanna Coles, our mental health wellbeing lead, is based in the Wellbeing Centre all the time, but will often just come over to the sixth form centre just to find out what's going on, to have a chat with people and see how people are.
And there's me for careers advice as well. And something that struck me about the tutor, how do I say it? Something that strikes me about the tutor setup is that even, David is head of sixth form, he's got a tutor group. The deputy head academic's got a tutor group. All of the senior tutors also have their own tutor group, and I think that's really unusual that senior leaders have got their own group, and it really means that they know the children very, very well.
Yeah, and it gives us a really good feel for what's actually going on in school all the time. So it means that student voice can be quite strong. And the students are never actually scared to challenge what's happening at school. If they think we've got exams in the wrong place, there are too many exams, there's too much homework, not enough homework. They want to lead assemblies, they want to pick speakers for our period 3 programme. So it's a lovely way to get to know the students.
Yeah, and they've got a good amount of access to people like you and Paul, the deputy head, because you're in amongst it all the time.
So there's no limit to the number of students we can take on for the sixth form. We typically take between 30 and 40 students a year. The school is now, the sixth form is pretty much 50-50, so we're completely co-educational now. Even if the proportion was say 55-45, you wouldn't notice. Our girls have got a really, really strong profile, and I don't think you would notice that we've ever been a single-sex school now. So we're really used to getting between 30 and 40 new students every year. We do lots to help them settle in. So I think the first part of the induction process is in fact the interview with me and Mr. Fear, the headmaster. We begin to get to know the student really well. The interview is not formal. We're really interested in why students want to come to the high school. We're interested in what they like doing outside the classroom, what their future plans might be, what their strengths and weaknesses might be academically too. And so I think people underestimate how important that is as part of the induction. In the same way for the taster days as well, give us a really good way to start to get to know students. Once students have been offered a place and are accepted, once students have been offered and accepted a place, they're invited to the first bit of our induction programme, which is just after the GCSE exams. So we run between 2.5 and 3 days of A-level lessons, so the students can get to know the building, they can get to know each other, they can get to know the current year 11s, and they can start to get to know the expectations of them in September. Some subjects will set a tiny bit of summer work. We think it's a really good idea to do that. It makes September feel a lot easier. In September again, students will get to know their tutor really quickly, and that's a key part of induction. We recommend that they get involved in as many activities as they possibly can to meet new people. Young Enterprise is a brilliant icebreaker. We have a really successful house system too. So the first house event is house singing or house first speaking. We encourage all the new students to get involved in that because they get to know their own year group, the year 13s, but also lots of the year 7s and 8s as well. Why do students want to come to Nottingham High School?
I mean, it is the academically highest performing school in the area. That must be an attraction.
Yep. They really like the pastoral care. They really like a tutor that knows them. They really like the range of activities that are on. They like being part of they might want to be part of the school production. They enjoy all those concerts that the music department's putting on. They really value the range of subjects we offer. And so we don't have a block system on our timetable. So if people want to do psychology, French and music, we'll work as hard as we possibly can to make that combination work. We have subject specialists in every subjects. The specialisms are fantastic.
I mean, they become part of an absolutely amazing network. A lot of the main movers and shakers in Nottingham have come through this school, and the development office works really hard to maintain contact with the ONs, the old Nottinghamians, and it means that I can invite speakers in to talk about their careers, you know, how they've been able to do what they've done. So for example, in December, we're looking forward to meeting someone who has worked for Aston Martin, I believe is now at Lotus, yeah. You know, and that's just, you know, the tip of the iceberg. We've got a really fantastic range of alumni who are really involved in the school and really want to help students.
Yeah, and we've become real experts in helping people get into medical school or to study dentistry and veterinary science as well. We sometimes have up to 35 students applying for medicine. We have Artie Smith, who's our resident expert in medical applications. He knows exactly what you need to get into each of the medical schools. He will give never-ending advice to students. Our MedSoc runs pretty much from October all the way through year 12 and year 13. He will run lectures himself, talking about what students need to get into do medicine, talking about life in the NHS. He invites consultants, doctors and people from medical schools in to talk about life as a doctor, to talk about life as a medical school as well. The students offer presentations themselves too on things they might be interested in. And then eventually it becomes more and more application focused as we get towards October of year 13. We offer, we pay for support with the UCAT exam. We can help guide students towards work experience. We have an MMI evening, so we do multiple interviews online. We do one-to-one interview practice as well. And so I think with medicine, we've pretty much got everything covered, and we've got lots and lots of experience and a really, really excellent success rate too. So I think people do join because of our expertise in helping them into university. So our Sixth Form Centre is absolutely fantastic. It opens from 7:30 every single day. School closes at 6 o'clock unless there's an event going on in the evening. Students are welcome to use the brasserie to buy breakfast from 8 o'clock. Lots of staff do too. It's a really popular thing. There's tea and coffee available as well. Tutor set starts at 9:15, and we expect all students to be in every day from 9:15. They meet their tutor until 9:15. There are 2 lessons followed by half an hour break, period 3, and then we have a relatively long lunchtime from 12:45 until 5 to 2, followed by 2 lessons in the afternoon. Every day is the same, apart from Wednesday, where we have sport periods 4 and 5. And on a Monday, period 3, we have a really brilliant lecture programme. I don't know if Becky can say a bit more about the lecture programme.
So, I mean, for example, last week we had some people in to talk about taking a gap year. So we had a company in to do kind of one side of it, and then we had an old student who came back. She actually came back from the University of Sheffield just for the morning to talk to us, which was really nice. And so there's a variety of things going on. We've had an Arctic explorer a few weeks ago, someone in, a lawyer to talk about how to stay on the right side of the law, these kinds of things. So it's really, enhances the sixth form experience in terms of looking far more broadly than just what's going on in lessons. Food is an incredibly important part of any day at Nottingham High School because the food is fantastic.
Yeah, students can eat either the sixth form can choose to eat in the brasserie, or they can eat downstairs in the dining room. So the brasserie, there are always at least 2 choices, but in the dining room there's 4 or 5 different choices of food. It's all really reasonably priced, and most of the students choose to eat in school because it's so good. I forgot to mention, as part of the school day, students are also allowed to sign out of school. So we give them, as sixth formers, quite a lot of privileges. As part of that mutual respect, we want them to learn how to use their independence. So if they finish the school day early, say they don't have a lesson period 5, they can sign out to go home. If they're free period 4, they could sign out at lunchtime and come back for their lesson period 5. How students use their free time is really important. We want to train them to use it for work, to use it for research, to use it for independent study. Not all students do that straight away, but the support structure is always there to help them. So we monitor students really closely academically. The departments run lots of internal testing. We have whole year group testing 3 times a year too. If we detect that things aren't going well, we'll always speak to the student about it and get things from their perspective. We make sure parents are involved, and we're really used to putting the right things in place to help get the best from students. So that might be recommendations about note taking, it might be recommendations about extra work or one-to-one support from a teacher. We might ask people to find a better space to work in. So some people love working in silence in the library, some find a really quiet space in the Wellbeing Centre and excel there, but we just really want to work hard to get the best from the students and to work out what's best for them alongside them at the same time.
I mean, we do have a lot of people, yes, I mean the majority of our students do apply to university, but we do have, alongside that, quite a few who are interested in degree apprenticeships. That's becoming more and more popular. Obviously, they will still be taking a degree, but we do have quite a lot of very practically minded people here, students here, and they're really keen to start work as soon as possible. And they can really see the benefit of degree apprenticeship. Huge numbers. I mean, we've got 33, 34 applying for medicine, dentistry or veterinary this year. A lot applying to Oxbridge, and Russell Group universities make up the vast majority of the destinations for people, plus Bath, of course.
Yeah, and there's a huge range of courses that students want to do as well. So we don't have, it's not solely focused on STEM. We've got lots of linguists, lots of people want to study English, lots of economists, lots of social scientists. Our careers programme is really set up to help individuals to find out what they want to do. So students pick their own path, they don't just follow the crowd.
Yeah, and every day I'll have several people dropping in to see me to say, well, I've just seen this, work experience, or can I help them find some work experience, which is part of my role, and I work with the development office on that, finding contacts. But we're definitely here to support people. I'm here to support people who have changed their minds. So obviously, we have people who've been going down a certain path, they think, for years, and they reach year 13 and realise that's not the direction they want to go in. And so it's my role to help them reorient themselves, really.